Welcome to the show, everybody. First times. This is Joseph Talski. This is exciting, guys. The show, like I just said, is called First Times. I want to welcome everybody to the show. You're going to love the content. It's going to be about 35 minutes, 40 minutes. Hopefully, I can stream it all and be congruent. I had a little live video on Facebook because I didn't realize to go live on YouTube, you have to do all this little tiny stuff, but next week, the show will be streamed from live to YouTube. I just want to thank everyone in the show who made this possible. Shout out to Mix One Essentials. This is their studio. This is their equipment. This is their time that they're spending with me to make this show happen. So shout out to them, Dylan, Eduardo, and Raul. Great men. Now I'm going to go over explain what the show is all about. I'm going to give my mission statement. My mission statement to all of you, which I shared to you yesterday as a small tidbit. My goal, ambition, mission, and most importantly, my obligation to both myself and humanity as a whole is to spark and ignite that flame that burns through all of us. And you know that little flame. You know it. You know when it's on, has kerosene poured on it, and you know when it's dimming down. We all have those days. Now, we all strive and aspire to have our voice heard, whether it's to our loved ones, friends, colleagues, people that we view as heroes. As time passes by and as we age, the one thing that remains constant in this life is change. Change. Every single passing moment is just change. And our beings, our consciousness, beliefs, the actor, actress, or what I like to call Phantom Self, all attributed to David Icke's book, that we play in this world changes by the very minute. We can change who we are a year from now. It could be completely different than we were last year. It all starts from within. Everything starts within. It all starts with you, your perspective, how your decisions you make, and how you react to certain situations. It all starts with you. My entire goal is to seek constant, never-ending improvement in order to transform us, humanity, for the sake of love, peace, and tranquility. Don't mean to sound off corny. It really, truly is what my mission is. As corny as some people may seem it to be, really go I challenge you to go love yourself. I challenge you to dig deep down inside for the little person inside you and love that person. You know, the main reason why we have all this conflict in life is because we don't love ourselves. And we tell ourselves we're not good enough. And we tell ourselves this and we tell ourselves that. Why? All you're telling is your phantom self. You're not telling your true self. There's consciousness, there's subconsciousness, and then there's superconsciousness. There's all this different types of terminology to kind of pinpoint a type of thought. But the best type of advice I can get to you is just to listen to your little voice inside your head and what some people refer to as your gut feeling. Today is going to be talking about manifestation and what that means to you. And I'm letting you know manifestation now. Because manifestation is pretty much the key to life. And, you know, I've been excited for my first episode to talk about that. Everyone that you looked up to, a hero, has manifested a life that you've always wanted, and that's why you follow them. You know, we're going to talk about things like Kobe Bryant. We're going to talk about things like coronavirus, what it's meant to you, your family, and just what is going to come to be. And it all starts with your perspective. Mission statement. We're going to dive into some of the topics. The topic of the show, like I mentioned, is manifestation. So we're going to get right to that. First things first, I kind of want to talk about some current events that transpired so far this year, which also been a catalyst to my show. You know, first things first, I want to bring up Kobe fucking Bryant. Kobe Bean Bryant. Kobe meant everything to me. And who is Kobe Bryant? I'm going to just give you some facts. Kobe Bryant was born August 23rd, 1978. He passed away from us on that fateful day on January 26, 2020. I wish, I knew what you guys were doing during that. I remember I was recovering from a day of drinking, and I had just woke up and got some food in me, and it was 3 p.m., and I got the news from my best friend, and it completely blew my mind. But what I will say to you, what's up, Pete, Seth, I love you. Thank you for looking at the show. Love you guys. I am seeing your content. just trying to make sure that the show is going smoothly. I'm on time and everything. But Seth, thank you, man. I am seeing you out there, and I will have your music on here. I will have you on the show. We will talk about your music and why you're not signed and why you haven't made it big. And Pete, man, I've always much love to you. Hey, Matt, Dewey, long time no talk, man. Love you. Hope you're staying healthy. Thank you, man. I really appreciate it. Yeah, I've been almost down here 5 years. It's been fantastic. But to get back to Kobe Bryant, the facts are the facts. 5-time NBA champion, 2-time NBA Finals MVP in both 2009, 2010, and I happen to rewatch both the 2009 and 2010 from start to finish. Man, he's unbelievable. 17-time NBA All-Star, 1997 Slam Dunk champion, second most points scored at NBA game, which is 81 points. And to kind of take that in perspective, 81 points during that generation in the 2000s. I mean, most games ended at 80 points. So for him to have 81 in today's game would be like having over 100. I mean, you would have gave Kobe Bryant today in his prime the ball. Oh, my God. You're talking about 110 points that guy could have scored. But to keep going on with some of the facts, he played all 20 seasons with the Los Angeles Lakers. Most seasons played with one team. 12-time All-Defensive Team selections, 9 of them All-NBA first team. He's hit 12 three-pointers in one game, which was against Seattle, which I'm sure a lot of Kobe fans have seen. Tied for the most in one game, 2 Olympic gold medals, both in 2008 and 2012. And that information was brought to you by MambaOut.com. To kind of give you an idea where I got that information from. It's just not made up. It's not from Wikipedia and whatnot like that. Rest in peace, Gianna Bryant. Her birthday was yesterday. God bless her. Now, I want to ask you guys, what does Kobe Bryant mean to you? Now, besides just the athlete, besides the man, there was something there. I mean, when's the last time when the world, not just the United States, the world stopped when he passed away? I mean, I cried for weeks. There'd be moments where I just break down for no reason. I never knew this guy. All I knew about him was being a child, looking up to him, and there was just something about him, how he carried himself and how he set out to accomplish everything he did, and he did it to the best of his ability. He never made any excuses about it. So I want to know what that means to you. Kobe Bryant, to me, if you want to know my opinion, he got me through my life. I had tested basketball my whole career to that. I always had that killer instinct because of Kobe Bryant. But when it came down to life in general, he changed my life for the better. He's the main reason why I no longer am in the car business. When that happened, a lot of thoughts were going through my head. What am I doing? After watching these videos of this guy, it kind of just makes you think for a second and how unbelievable this man was. And that's why the world stopped. That's why the world cared. And let me tell you, Kobe Bryant, rest in peace. You will never be forgotten. I do attest all of you guys to go out there and watch some motivational videos. Once you see some of the things that he has to say, you'll really question what the hell you're doing with your life. You really will. Now, to get past Kobe Bryant, to get on to one of our next topics, we're going to talk about coronavirus. Obviously, that's everything that's been going on. It's changed everyone's life. I don't know if it's changed it for the better, it's changed it for the worse, or, it is what it is. I know a lot of you are working out there. Some of you essential workers, thank you very much. I appreciate all of you. I appreciate being able to leave my house, go get a nice coffee in the morning. I appreciate being able to have food in my house. Thank you guys so much. And hey, you guys in the car business, God bless you. You're still there fighting tooth and nail. God bless you. So we're going to talk a little bit about the coronavirus. I'm not sure if people are educated enough or if taking time out of their days to really do some research. Let me tell you, in these past couple months not working, I've done a lot of research. But I'm going to kind of give you some base facts. This is from according to Johns Hopkins. Coronavirus. Corona means crown. To make it real nice and simple, the virus has a crown-type structure, protein structure on the outside, which connects to its host. It was classified in 2019 by the World Health Organization, the WHO, and has been named the disease COVID-19. What a name, right? Leading theories stem that this virus finds its host in animals and through time mutated its host on us, human beings. And it's a new coronavirus strain that has never been seen before. Now, how does the coronavirus spread? Respiratory virus spread through coughing, sneezing, and can land on surface that someone else may touch and then ingest them orally. Now we get to the conspiracy theories. Now we get into who's really telling us the real information on what's going out there. Hi, Aya. What's going on, Aya? Thank you so much for being on my show. Pete, I do see your comments down there, but I just wanted to get that information out. I just want to ask you guys, I not even just ask, I hope you guys are doing phenomenal. I hope you guys have a full fridge full of food. I hope that you're getting to know yourself better and the loved ones around you. And just know that there's not a day that goes on when I don't think about any of the people that have ever been in my life. Everyone who's ever been in my life, I always think about you and what you have, where you've led me today. But now I'm asking you, how many different coronavirus theories have you guys listened to? Because, I mean, I can go on for days. Absolutely days. You know, information's being released right now that Dr. Fauci has been tied to $3.7 million funding from taxpayers' dollars to a secret research group in North Carolina, where they've been working actually on viruses, creating viruses in labs from animals. And the crazy thing is, you would ask yourself, why the fuck would you even fund something? Well, what benefit is there to create a virus? For what? Why would you need to create a virus? What, to harm somebody? To maybe, what you're going to say, oh, well, we need to research the virus so we can better understand. No, bullshit. Research the ones that already existed and then use those resources to better humanity, not go out there and create. Well, long story short, Dr. Fauci was caught behind the funding. It's actually public record. It has been coming out now, and it's very interesting how, if you go to read that story, who I would recommend following if you want more information, somebody who's well-rounded, who has a PhD, he's anti-vaccines. He's actually out of North Carolina, which is even funnier. His name's Dr. Rashid Buttar. I want to say it again. Dr. Rashid Buttar. Buttar. Fantastic guy. He was actually just on Brian Rose's podcast. He was phenomenal. I mean, the amount of information, it's unbelievable. It gives you another idea, a different idea and different way of thinking. I never listen to conspiracy theories and be like, oh, that's what I believe. No, I kind of deduce it from my personal experiences. I listen to that little voice in my head, like I told you guys. You know what's right and what's wrong. You just got to listen sometimes. Biological warfare, as A is saying, so true. There's so many different theories. But what I will say to you is, here in Florida, May 4th, which is going to be this Monday, they're finally going to let us out of our houses, but only a quarter. 25% of businesses you're going to be able to attend. We'll see what. We don't know what it is, but what I will say is I'm going to look at it as I'm just giving you information from an unbiased standpoint. I'm not going to really give my opinion on the coronavirus unless you really want me to. If you do want to ask me, I'd be loving and willing to give you all the information that I do know. But what I'm going to move on to now is conspiracies. Conspiracies. What is conspiracy to you? There's a lot of negative connotations that go with conspiracies. What I will say to you is conspiracy is not a negative connotation. Get that out of your head. Conspiracy theory. What it means to Oxford Dictionary is a belief that some covert but influential organization is responsible for a circumstance or an event. Now, that's from Oxford's dictionary. Often political and motivation. Often conspiracy theory has a negative connotation, like I was mentioning, implying a prejudice for having insufficient evidence. What really has evidence, though? What really has evidence? You watch your 5 major corporations of news channels spew out bullshit after bullshit at you, and they don't back it up by anything. They just say approximately 6 2,797 people in this place have been diagnosed with this. Well, backed by what? What about the other information? Did they have pre-existing conditions? Who is documenting this? Where is this information going to? How are you getting your information? No one ever asked that. They just take the information that's spewed to them and they take it for what it is. What's really funny, what I learned in college is if you want to lie to people and make them eat your bullshit, just make up some random numbers. But the numbers have to sound like this. It got to be like 667,966 people. It can't be a round number. It can't be an estimate. It has to be an exact bullshit number to get someone to actually agree with what you have to say or to eat your bullshit for what it is. So what I'm saying to you is, I want you to ask yourself, sometimes from an unbiased standpoint, is that really what's going on? I mean, think for a second. Some people don't want to think too far because all they want to go do is, go get something to eat, talk about, a pointless conversation, maybe do their vices and repeat. Go to work and repeat. And all of a sudden, a few years of their life goes by and all of a sudden, they're like, what the hell happened? So, I'm not going to keep going off into a tangent. I'm just going to get back to conspiracies real quick. Conspiracies, that are arising from this coronavirus. I'm sure you guys have heard tons of shit. Everything relating from 5G, which is fifth generation, Wi-Fi or internet or what have you. What's absolutely crazy is in the past few months, I probably have documented just in my area from Clearwater to Spring Hill, this is no bullshit, like 50 towers just went up. And I don't know if, there's some type of correlation between 5G and coronavirus. What's really strange is 5G was rolled out in Wuhan, and that is all public record. You can go search it yourself. And then Italy was another major hub center. And, of course, the United States. I mean, we're always the major hub center for any major technology rollout. So, 5G conspiracy theory might have some leverage. And I, encourage you guys to go get more information. Some of the theory has to contest that harmful gigahertz speed damages the structure of the cells in our bodies and, of course, all living life out there. But there's more to it. You got to do your own research. I'm not going to really discuss too much about that in tonight's episode because I'm just giving you unbiased news points. I want you to understand and dive within and make your own decisions. Now, of course, the conspiracy of 1% of the 1% control the world. Your Rockefellers, your Rothschilds. We can keep naming off names. Are they part of this? Is this a ploy to transfer a gigantic piece of wealth from the middle class to that 1% of the 1%? Then I guess there's a theory called QAnon, which is a far-right conservative conspiracy theory that some administration is after Trump and trying to diverge what he's trying to do. There's so many different things out there. They're great things to challenge your own way of thinking. I really challenge you not to take TV or any of the media for what they have to say. Take it with a pinch of salt. I was actually watching the 1961 farewell speech by Eisenhower the other night at like 2 a.m. Sounds crazy. And I got a little distracted. Aya said, Joe, our neighbors at work are very into posting 5K in Dunedin. I'll connect you. Sounds good, Aya. I would love that. And hey, Tina, thank you for coming on to the episode. Sorry I lost my train of thought. I get a little bit like that. I will admit I do smoke a little marijuana and I'm a little tipsy right now. So on some of that will lose my train of focus, but I had to calm the nerves a little bit. This is a little nerve-wracking. First time I've ever doing this. First times. But what we're going to get back into is we tacked the issue of Kobe Bryant, the coronavirus, conspiracy theories that are out there. Like I said, I want you guys to go out there, listen to this stuff, help open up your mind, transform your mind, because once you transform your mind, life will be nothing but happiness and joy. You don't need any materialistic thing to promote happiness or joy. They'll obviously add to it. I've never been so joyful or happy my entire life. And that's why another reason why I'm doing this show is something I've always wanted to do. I've always wanted to get into being a comedian. So you will be seeing me on a YouTube channel. You will see me doing live comedy, like I'm doing this show live. I'll probably be doing an episode in Spanish by the end of the year. These are all promise and guarantees to you, just to put a fire under my ass to make sure I'm doing them. Also going to be learning production and graphic design as well to make this show very, very the best show out there for transformative thinking next to Brian Rose's. Now, 4 people that I would love for you guys maybe to, after this show, if you have time to go look into, is Dr. Rashad Buttar, who I mentioned earlier. He's an osteopathic American physician. He's anti-vaccine, he's anti-Bill Gates, he's anti-Dr. Fauci. He hates everything that's going on right now, and he's very credible. You can actually watch on Brian Rose's show, London Real, Rashad Buttar. I'm also going to get in David Icke, and I'm going to talk about David Icke's book that Catalyst also was the major, major influence of everything that's going on right now. David Icke, last name is Icke. This man may have some really crazy things out there that he has to say, but he has so much truth. To me, he's like the Socrates of the modern era. This old, grumpy man that everyone wants, oh, he's an alien conspiracy theorist, he's this, he's that, he's that. Go read David Icke's Phantom Self book and let it blow your fucking mind like it has done mine. Now, what's really crazy about manifestation, which we're going to be bringing into this episode after I go over the 4 people I want you to listen to, there's Dr. Joe Dispenza. He's an international lecturer, researcher, neuroscientist, corporate consultant, author, and educator. He's also on London Real. You can watch what his thoughts of coronavirus is and transformative thinking. Dr. Bruce Lipton. I know a lot of you have heard of Dr. Bruce Lipton. Fantastic guy. He's an American developmental biologist who supports epigenetics. If you don't know what epigenetics are, it's the study of changes in organism caused by modification of gene expression rather than an alteration of the genetic code itself. So, pretty much doing God's work if you really want to think about that. These are just some transformative thinkers that have influenced me significantly that I would love to share. Hey, Bob. Hi, Eric. Thank you guys for coming on to the show. I appreciate all you, Christian, Michelle, Ryan, Jasmine, Eric, Tom. Thank you guys for watching. Now, to wrap my show up, we're going to talk about the topic that I started the show off about, and that's going to be manifestation. What does manifestation mean to you? I told you in the beginning of the episode to think about it. I'm going to give you Oxford's definition first. Oxford's definition is an event, action, or object that clearly shows or embodies something, especially a theory or an abstract idea. Mind influences reality. Ideas are things. Now, what's the spiritual definition? And spiritual is a very general term. Don't want to rub off the wrong way when I talk about spiritualism, but this is the definition that I'm going to get into. Spiritual manifestation. Through regular meditation and positive constructive thought, you can make your dreams and desires become a reality. Sounds poetic, doesn't it? If you really want something and truly believe it's possible, it will happen. Now, a lot of people are like, well, that's bullshit. It doesn't happen for me. I always try, I want this, I want that. And now, between manifestation, how do you implement manifestation? Does anyone have an idea? The 4 viewers out there, write down your comments. What do you believe that ignites manifestation, that sparks it? I'll tell you, that's called intention. Intention is everything in life. Intention is everything. Now, so to get back onto manifestation, back when I left the car business, a lot of people are like, oh, Joe, what are you going to do? Or Joe, blah, blah, blah. And, reality is I'm just going to let the universe or the source, as some people call it, or God, what have you, whatever source, whatever symbol you want to attach to it. I just was going to go with the flow for the first time in my life, listen to that little voice in my head and not give a fuck or give a shit about when anyone had to think about it. And so I slowly started manifesting what I wanted in my life. And I understood that I wasn't going to get it the next day or right away. It wasn't going to be instant gratification. I knew it was going to be a slow, rigorous process, but I was actually very accepting of it. So manifestation to me is being able to really think about what you want, become obsessed with it, be about it, talk about it. Everyone you love, that's what you talk about. You gloat about it. Because when you do those things, the universe only knows what you feel and what you think. So that's the first stage to manifestation. Now the next thing is the intention behind why you want what you want or what you want to become. A lot of people in this world just want to be recognized. They want the phantom self character to give praise to, but a lot of us don't realize that the actor that we're playing in this world is bullshit. It's nothing but bullshit. And I really think about it. When you go to talk to someone, 90% of the time when you're talking to someone, it's just bullshitting them so you can either walk away from them and go on with your life, or B, we're not going to get into the B. Let's just get back to manifestation. We're not going to get into anything negative. So manifestation, like I said, what it means to me, the second phase to that is the intention behind it. Now, if you want to go and have a big house and a nice car and, you want to have all the nice things, all the nice silk shirts, but why? For what purpose? Why do you want a nice car? What is it going to gain you? Are you taking that nice car somewhere? You can't really go past the speed limit. If you do, you're going to get a ticket or you get your driver's license taken away. Why do men need big trucks? What blows my mind is when I see these F-350s out there and I don't see a scratch on them and I don't see them pulling anything. I'm like, do you want me to come up to you and tell you're a big man? Like, what is it that you're looking to gain from that? And a lot of us go through our entire lives falling for it. One of the biggest hoaxes in life is, you're going to go to school, you're going to get good grades, you're going to go to college, get the degree, get the job that, is going to pay you and your family. And, whoops, I'm slipping down. Whoops. Everyone talks about that. See, every time I do. By any chance, do you remember what I was saying? Because I freaking just completely blanked there. You're talking about manifestation. So, get back into manifestation. There I go with the head in mind. Don't smoke weed. We're just going to get into the meditation and the positive aspect of it. I know I'm ranting about, the negative things in life, but the greatest hoax that I'll get back to now, I just remembered, is that you get to school, you get all the good grades, go to college, you get the job, you get the money, and then you're in your 40s and you realize, what the fuck? Why aren't I happy I got here? I make $100,000 a year, I'm married, I have 2 kids, I have a house, I got the car I've always wanted, but why am I not happy? And then all of a sudden, midlife crisis, and that's the greatest hoax, because we are programmed and told what we should be doing and where we should go, rather than listening to the little voice and the little gut feeling that you had in your head. I really, truly challenge you to do and become all the things that you're looking to do. Like I mentioned, I'm trying to become a comedian. I'm going to be doing this show. I'm going to be learning Spanish, and I'm going to be doing a show in Spanish to prove it to you guys in the near future. Challenge yourself. Hold yourself accountable. Take corrective massive action. Manifestation. My intention behind what I'm doing is not for money. It's not for fame. It's not for anything but self-growth. Holding myself accountable. Doing the things I've always wanted to do, but always made every excuse in the book to not do it. And fear and anxiety are false things that have corrupted our minds. They are hoaxes. They're made up. They don't exist. When you're scared of something, it's because you're thinking about what could go wrong. You're thinking about the phantom self. Think about this. Instead of fear, Think about it as excitement for growth. And hey, Zach Clark, if you're watching this right now, my best friend, you know what I'm talking about. You're the one who told me that. It's a key to life right there. So what I contend to is my goal, and as far as manifesting everything that I want in life, look at where I am. I opened this book called Phantom Self by David Icke. I started reading. I've never read a book from beginning to finish. I've done Audible. My ADHD or whatever you want to call it doesn't allow me to read books, but all of a sudden I finished a 436-page book from start to finish, including the prologue, because I became obsessed in trying to figure out who the fuck I am. And this guy put everything down on paper for me to understand. And I slowly started manifesting everything you're seeing right now. This show. I didn't know Dylan had a studio. I mean, Jasmine mentioned it to me, and all of a sudden I was on their show last week. And then here I am starting my first episode. I manifest this from the thought. My intention behind it is to do this for everyone and to do it for myself and gain nothing out of it but the praise that you guys have bettered yourself and transformed the way you're thinking. Now I'm going to dig deeper into the intention. It's very difficult. It's taking me 2 months of meditation to kind of harness my intention, because you're going to get filled with a bunch of thoughts, and thoughts are just thoughts. You might have some crazy radical thoughts that you'll never share with anyone that cross through your head on any given day basis. And those thoughts are good to have because they're there to exist, to observe from an unbiased standpoint, from your point of view. And those things are going to bring nothing but great things in your life. So now with intention, getting back to it, is when you go into a tent of wanting to gain something for personal, the universe is not going to listen to you. It's just not. If you say a hope, which is a paralyzing phrase, hope and faith will paralyze you, the universe doesn't listen to that. The universe only listens to what you want. So if you say to the world, I want something, the universe gives it to you. And giving me this studio, it's giving me this time. The universe has also given me the most beautiful blessing in life, and that's my girlfriend, Jasmine Del Valle. That girl means the world to me. She's done so much for me, and I manifested that woman in my life to become the man I have become today. And you'll realize that slowly, that everything in your life you are responsible for. Whether it's bad, good, horrible, you control that. You manifested those thoughts, and the universe is just listening to you. So manifestation, if you want the life you've always wanted, I mean, they always tell you these one-liners, and you do this, you do that, and everything's going to be great. And no, that's not what it is. It takes time. It's day by day. It may be one day where you wake up, you don't want to see the world, you don't want to talk to nobody, you don't want to be around nobody, and all of a sudden you still got to do that one thing that's going to make you better. It may be putting toilet paper on the roll for the first time. It might be picking up after yourself. Those little tiny things will manifest the intention behind it to better you. And that's what this show is going to be all about. I really do thank all of you for bearing me. I know I could rant. I was a little bit nervous today. Having, like I said, such a change in life, and this is the first step. And we're going to grow together. We're going to talk together. Anyone who wants to be on this show, who wants to talk about deeper thinking, because this show is not going to just be me ranting. I can promise you that. It's not going to be what you're seeing right now. It's just that's what the first tonight's episode is going to be. My source, the universe told me to be here right now to be doing this. I see all of you who are chiming in and watching this live. Thank you guys so much. Your support does not go without notice. I love you, Aya. Thank you so much. That means so much to me. I'm going to make sure that you guys get all the content that you need out there to better yourselves. And tomorrow I'm going to give you a sneak peek. I'm going to Wikiwachi with a bunch of friends. I'm going to be swimming instead of going on a kayak because I can't get a kayak, but I will be recording it. And that's just one of the first times. And you will see that video bite next week, I promise. I just kind of want to wrap this show up. because it is getting late. I don't want to be too long. I was kind of going really brief on all the topics that I was talking about, but I just wanted to get it out there. I just wanted it to resonate within all of you. There's a little fire inside of you that's burning just to be heard. It's burning to live the life you've always wanted to live, and I'm here to do that. Hey, John, thank you. It is a big grizzly beard. Thanks to Jasmine. She did do a little touch up on it to kind of bring it out a little bit. Here you go. But I am going to keep growing this beard out because fuck it. Why not? I'm going to wrap the show up, guys. I'm going to be putting more and producing more content. Next show, I promise you, is going to be 10 times better than today's show. And once again, my name's Joseph Telsky. If any of you don't know me, I'm 28 years old. I've had a lot of experiences. I've been on my own since I was about 16, 17. Experienced a lot of trials and tribulations in my life. I've been working in the workforce since I was 15. Moved to Buffalo back here by myself 5 years ago to change my life, to manifest the life that I've always wanted to live. And here I am now to you, and you guys are watching me. It's crazy. Love all of you. Give a big shout out. Good night. And I'm going to be cutting off right now.